I've been a fan of Sony PlayStation's Uncharted games for many years now, and have spent countless hours enjoying most of them in this series. Grossing millions for PlayStation and accumulating a proud following, it's no wonder Sony would want to continue the title in any way that they can. When Uncharted 4: A Thief's End got announced back in 2013, many, including myself, had speculated that the fourth entry in the series would faithfully complete Nathan Drake's story, and that any further attempts to the franchise would likely be met with low expectations, especially if Naughty Dog were not at the helm of its development. Fast forward to 2016, Uncharted 4 launched and generated positive review scores and player feedback. But it wasn't over for the series. You see, Naughty Dog, the brains behind the wheel, entertained the reality of another Uncharted game titled Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, initially a DLC project which grew into a new ambitious installment in the franchise. This would launch in 2017, collecting praise from fans and critics alike. With really no clear indication that another Uncharted game would be developed, it was assumed that the beloved series had finally wrapped up and sailed away for good, that the possibility of an additional game were low. However, with a slew of leaks provided by a site called The Leak, it's been hinted that a new Uncharted game will get its spotlight with a complete reboot, with Naughty Dog merely providing assistance to the singular studio involved in its creation. According to Naughty Dog Central on Twitter, Sony is building a new internal game development team and project in partnership with PSS Visual Arts. The studio is creating a high-visibility project in collaboration with Naughty Dog. Though it has yet to be entirely confirmed, I figured that I would share my thoughts on the Uncharted franchise and why I believe that if these rumors are true, it'll be a risky reboot to craft into the quality present in Naughty Dog games. And so without further delay, presented are areas that this reboot needs to honor and perfect in order to achieve success and live up to the high standards set by Sony PlayStation's Naughty Dog Studios, and determine whether this new Uncharted reboot will truly be worth it. A big reason the Uncharted series fell into success to begin with is because of Naughty Dog's appreciation to character development. Familiars like Nathan Drake, Sully, Elena, Chloe, Charlie, and so many others have helped polish the games and its narrative. Without them, the series just wouldn't be so memorable. Lackluster characters is what can make an otherwise great functioning game punish itself for not respecting the audience and failing to create meaningful people to resonate with. The heroes have all helped shape the Uncharted games I know today, and with recent rumors alluding to Nathan Drake's likely absence, it's crushing to think a reboot in the series may not feature him at all. With the conclusion of Uncharted 4, it does make some sense, as an old and seemingly retired Nathan Drake has left the adventure days behind. But then who would possibly take his place? Will it be his long-lost brother Sam, or even his mentor Sully? Or could it be a familiar face like Chloe, or perhaps have Naughty Dog passed on the torch to someone else? Maybe Cassie Drake, Nathan Drake's young daughter who was introduced in the epilogue in the fourth game and expressed interest in past experiences Nathan had explored long before her existence. It's clever how carefully intentional the studio was in creating and writing Drake's daughter, because what better way to reintroduce the Uncharted franchise with a complete reboot featuring Cassie Drake at the forefront of the next big, action-packed, blockbuster Uncharted adventure. It's surprisingly the perfect setup, as it would allow an aged and wiser Nathan Drake be forced back into the narrative as an acting mentor to his older daughter that is taking intrigue in finding the next lost treasure. And so, if an Uncharted reboot is inevitable, I don't know how clever it would be to abandon Nathan Drake completely. Instead, having his daughter be the primary focus of the narrative may in fact satisfy the fans enough to stick around and seek another adventure series, even if Nathan Drake isn't the star of it. Uncharted is widely known for its narrative, but it's equally recognized for the way in which the games play and how I, as a fan, react to it. Naughty Dog is responsible for the constant progress made to gameplay iterations, improving upon previous installments. With their involvement in this reboot likely shadowed by the new studio, the game likely won't feel nor play like an Uncharted game fans are familiar with. While this could be good, it certainly worries me. Although discerned as such, Uncharted doesn't have groundbreaking gameplay. It sure does, however, have elements that make for an otherwise fun and engaging experience. Playing as Nathan, you fight your way through impossible odds, traverse through enormous terrain, and explore diverse environments. Naughty Dog perfected the Uncharted formula with puzzles and genius designs that would forever change the industry, enhancing upon each iteration from the previous one. With their absence, this new studio would need to remain faithful to that formula and continue to raise the bar set out by Naughty Dog's talented arsenal of developers. Otherwise, I'm afraid the reboot may find itself wishing it hadn't even tried. Uncharted, the globe-trotting third-person action-adventure game series, driven by memorable characters and entertaining moments, engaging environmental design, and one hell of a narrative that would span across multiple PlayStation generations. The continuation of this series is exciting, all the while worrying me. Could a studio other than Naughty Dog truly perfect the Uncharted narrative without our beloved Nathan Drake? I suppose only time will tell, but the concept still sounds foreign to me. However, I welcome the experiment nonetheless. If a faithful studio can provide the same level of quality I'd expect from a standard Naughty Dog game, then I believe there's still hope for this project to flourish and satisfy the fans of the games. Without that passionate spark, I'm quite certain that this would fail and any additional attempt may not be well received. The bar has been set extremely high. So high that I asked myself that out of all of the series to reboot, why Uncharted? I asked myself, what's it really worth? Perhaps PlayStation has those answers to those questions, but I imagine it's worth a lot. As I conclude my thoughts, I'd like to say that the Uncharted series is unlike any other. It's endearing, enjoyable, and makes for good entertainment. The series has meant a whole lot to me, and I'd hate to see it be milked all for the sake of generating more money. However, I'll reserve any slight disapproval I have of this reboot and say that I am actually hopeful and optimistic that it'll succeed and live up to everything that's been established in the previous entries. I am hopeful that with this Uncharted reboot in the right hands, it will be completely worth it and I'll get to experience one of PlayStation's best exclusives one last time. Well, there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the Uncharted reboot and whether I think it's worth it. Please help me out by liking and sharing this video with friends or family that have a shared interest on the topic, and let me know in the comment section below if you're excited for an Uncharted reboot. Do you think a studio besides Naughty Dog can support development on this and live up to what the previous developers have done for the better part of a decade and a half? Or do you think PlayStation should leave the Uncharted series alone and let Nathan Drake's story conclude as it has in the fourth game? Let me know all of your thoughts below, and I thank you so very much for watching this brief analysis piece on the Uncharted reboot and whether I think it's truly worth it.